Son enfant me frappe.
Martina grew up in one of the poorest regions of Togo, where everyday misfortunes often have a supernatural explanation. Death, illness, malformation and impoverishment are just the tip of the iceberg of the suffering children experience. Martina's problems began when his father died. He and his mother were accused of witchcraft and blamed for the death.
My husband had many wives and children. It created a lot of problems and jealousy because I was doing better. When he died, out of pure jealousy, my extended family destroyed my son and I. Today I've nothing left because I invested everything to save my son. I don't understand how someone can accuse a child of witchcraft.
Proof of witchcraft is done traditionally after consultation with the charlatan. If the child accused of witchcraft isn't killed or thrown out into the street, he's sent to a healer to be exorcised. At the end of a path in the village of Aleiride, the man under the baobab, who goes by the name of Alpha, has retrieved at least 20 children.
If I see a child suffering on the road, I ask him where he's going on his own. I take him and bring him home.
I was living with my grandmother when I was accused of witchcraft. She took me to the forest and knotted a rope around my neck to hang me. A man came by and told her not to kill me and that Alpha could take care of me.
The children are allegedly cured at this exorcism site by drinking concoctions of bitter and nauseating plants. According to the head of a child abuse centre that joins us, the Good Samaritan Act seems false. The children are frightened by Alpha, live in appalling conditions and are exploited as slaves.
He's a crook. If he didn't make a profit, he wouldn't house these children over 1 or 2 years. I asked him a question and he fell into the trap. I asked him how these children are useful to him. He admitted that the children work in the field. So if he doesn't make a profit, he doesn't keep them.
Face to face with visitors, the children seem to hide the truth. Once outside, however, tongues loosen. This little girl spent 3 months with Alpha, the con artist. She was later found wandering aimlessly and was picked up by a centre that welcomes abused children. She explains that she ran away because the charlatan beat her every day for not working fast enough in the fields. More than half of the cases tried in the courts in Togo's central and northern regions are cases of witchcraft. The Togolese law allows traditional religious practices, but does not take black magic into account in its penal code.
It's a voluntary omission. To legislate on it would also mean legally recognising the title of sorcerer and using it only in this way. It could lead to false accusations if simply the appearance of X does not please Y, or there's a family or social drama that could set off people using this accusation.
Declaring a child a sorcerer is often an excuse to simply get rid of them. It's what happened to Marcelin. He was placed in this children's home, and like half of the kids here, he'd been accused of witchcraft. After more than a year of psychosocial therapy and mediation efforts with his family, Marcelin is ready to go home. This will be his 3rd attempt.
He's a child who wasn't very stable. Due to his behavior when he goes out, his grandfather thinks it's for witchcraft. There were some illnesses in the family home, and the grandfather again blamed it on the return of the child.
The reception is icy. After some final advice and once the administrative formalities are wrapped up, Marcelin's grandfather remains uneasy.
If he changes his behaviour, it'll be okay. If he doesn't, he'll get a shock in return.
Marcelin's in a difficult situation. His mother abandoned him, and his father has never seen him.
He doesn't want to see this child at all.
Marcelin can't contain his tears.
Why can't my dad see that I exist?
The accusation of witchcraft is not an offence under Togolese law, but the allegation has far-reaching consequences, often triggering public or family vindictiveness. And when justice intervenes, it's usually too late.